What's up, everybody? This is Peter again for Sports Hot Rumors and Debates. How are you guys today? You know, guys, there's no way I was not making a video on my way to work today, because I'm telling you right now, I have never been more furious about something, and that I'm not even a fan of a team. But I'm gonna just bring this out here now because I've had just about enough of this. Doc Rivers is he's the most overrated coach ever to be in the NBA. This guy has had more talent than what people know what to do with, and he can't get it done. And there's a reason, man. There's a reason why, okay? This guy enables his team. He exuberates soft and complaining. He did it with Chris Paul. He helped Chris Paul and Blake Griffin complain. That's why they never got it done. That's why they choked the same way. When you're a coach that's choked 3-1 a couple of times like he did, it's because he enables this. He doesn't know how to get his team tough. He gets them to complain and have excuses. And when you do that, that's what happens when you go up against teams who are not like that. That's what happens when you go up against a guy like Malone, who's doing gritty and tough, and Jamal Murray and Jokic, who don't give a shit what you think. They're not going to complain. And that's what you want to see. So what I seen yesterday was, let's go over a couple of things. Kawhi Leonard, to me, is the greatest player in the world, right? He doesn't look 100% like himself, but I think this is another one of those things where the whole team overall needs to help. It cannot be Kawhi Leonard doing this. LeBron, talk about LeBron whatever you want, but Anthony Davis is putting up 30-something points a game with 15, 16 rebounds, right? Paul George put up 10, 12 points here or there. He hit the side of the fucking backboard. The side of the backboard. I'm telling you right now, I've never seen a player do what Paul George did, and his caliber, because I think he's a hell of a player, right? And I guess the pressure got to them, but there's no excuse. Where was Lou Williams? What happened to Lou Williams, right? Where is this guy? Strip club? Like, because what is he doing? Because he didn't show up. Pat Beverly was playing really hard on defense, and this guy was injured. He tried so hard. But if they had the toughness of Pat Beverly, everybody, then this wouldn't even gone that way. But here's why I'm saying this. The excuse was this. Well, you know, you give Denver credit, and you know, you give them they say, but I think because they've been together so long, and you know, we haven't been together. This is exactly right there. Instead of saying, no, we fucking choked, we sucked. No, you had enough time to be up 3-1, right? You had enough time to be up 3-1. You had enough time to be up in Game 5 and Game 6 and in Game 7. So why is it that you didn't have enough time to close it out? That's bullshit. You guys had more than enough time together. Paul George and Kawhi is a champion. Paul George has been in the league for a very long time. There's no excuse that these guys had together. Yeah, maybe their chemistry is going to be off on a few plays, few games. But if that's the case, if they weren't all set, they wouldn't have been up 3-1 to a Denver team. They choked, and it's because of Doc Rivers. And I'm so tired of Doc and Stephen A. Smith, another guy who's just probably the most racist man in this planet, right? I cannot stand him. All he does is he screams and he yells in the camera just to get his way and attention. He says things that more analysts would have been fired for, but they're never going to say anything with this guy. It's the same. And now this goofy, ridiculous owner of the Clippers is never going to fire Doc Rivers. That's the problem. They're never going to fire him because he doesn't have the balls. Any coach would never get away with what Doc Rivers has got away with this many years with that much talent. Who would get away with that? Right? They're not going to do it. How many more draft picks and money do you need to spend before you realize this isn't the guy? He can't do it. He's overrated in Boston because Rajon Rondo, Paul Pierce, and Garnett were amazing. Paul Pierce and Garnett were leaders. They got Rondo's head there. Rondo was a leader on the floor. He made Doc Rivers' plays look good. This to me is just absolute insanity that he's getting off on the way he was freaking 12 years ago. He's not that good of a coach. He's a good coach. But period, that's it. I need to see something from the Clippers because I'm so tired of this LeBron James shit. And you know what? The guy, as much as I can't stand him, he's there. You can't blame him if the Clippers choke. You can't blame him if the team is going to, like Boston is going to go to championship of Miami. What does that have to do with LeBron? He just takes care of his business. But if the Clippers would have won if they would have won the first seed, then maybe they wouldn't have to deal with this shit. If they weren't acting soft, maybe they wouldn't have to deal with this. And nowhere near I'm talking about LeBron, but at least LeBron and them were ready. right? Everybody has the same disadvantages in this bubble. So don't give me no shit that, you know, well, this is not ready and the crowd. So everybody's not ready. Nobody has their home crowd. This goes out to show you that without the crowd and everything persuading the refs, it shows you right now who's the better team. And Denver was the tougher team. And you know what? I wanted to see Kawhi and LeBron so bad, and so did the NBA. Clearly, you've seen the refs at the end try so hard to like let them get a little spark come back, and they just couldn't. They just couldn't. I mean, Paul George missed like 3-4 open shots. Lou Williams missed an open layup. Michael Green missed an open dunk. Kawhi missed a couple open shots. Like, it was so bad. Fire Doc Rivers and fire him now. And they're not going to do it, and they're going to go through the same thing. It's just not going to work. You cannot build a house without a floor. And they have no foundation. And you know what? I'm guilty of saying they were going to win because I honestly thought they have too much talent to not to let this go, and I was wrong. Doc Rivers was able to change this tough attitude and make it soft and make it okay to be soft. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.